Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a you versus them love reading for Scorpio. We'll explore your energy, the energy of the person on your mind, and the dynamic between you, not to fix or chase anyone, but to support your clarity, self-trust, and emotional steadiness. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, Scorpio, so your person is showing up as the Ten of Coins in reverse. Okay, this could be someone that you're in separation from, okay, or somebody who's just very single. You're showing up as the Strength in reverse, Leo energy, and what's going on between the two of you is the Sun, more Leo energy. And we have the Three of Wands in reverse. So I'm reading here that Scorpios, a lot of you, there may be some distance between the two of you, or this person may be, recently they've gone through a breakup. Now, this can also be a connection that just hasn't found its form yet. But I do feel like there's something here blocking forward movement. And you're sensing that with the Strength card showing up in reverse. You're not super confident about what's happening, all right, or what's going to happen here. So let's see. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse is clarified by the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so I'm getting that there's some sort of third-party interference here, Scorpio. I think you're not so sure about this connection because you might feel like this person's ex is still around them, or that this person isn't quite over their ex. Maybe this third party brings or could potentially bring you a lot of drama. I feel like you're very physically attracted to this person. I think they're very attracted to you, but they might not be so sure about commitment at this point in time. All right. And they're viewing you as the Sun in reverse. So you make them very happy. A lot of Leo energy here, Scorpio. You make this person very happy. But with the Sun in reverse, I'm getting that they also know that you're disappointed in maybe something they've said, or the fact that this connection is struggling to find its form, that the connection isn't moving forward the way that you wanted to or you were hoping it would. I feel like they also feel like you might be hiding some of your feelings, like how you're really feeling here about them or about this connection. Now, you're lacking confidence here, the Strength card in reverse. You're not so sure what to do with this person or this situation. You're crushing on them with the Six of Swords. Some of you want reunion, or you're hoping that this is a soulmate connection that can come together. But you're viewing them as the Three of Cups in reverse. You're viewing them as being stuck with some sort of third-party energy. Or there's some sort of third party that could be distance. I mean, it could be an ex. It could be somebody vying for their attention. There's something here that's really knocking your confidence about whether or not this can be something more than it is. But I do think you have sweet feelings for this person. I mean, maybe you're just crushing on them, or maybe you just recently started seeing them, or maybe it's somebody you're in separation from. Again, trust your intuition. You know what you're going through. You know your story better than I do. But with the Sun, Leo energy, I actually feel like there's truth and clarity surfacing here between the two of you. I do think you both are passionate about each other. You're attracted to each other. I do think you make each other happy. Yeah, but your person is viewing the relationship as the Ten of Wands, like it's kind of overwhelming right now. Okay, and you're viewing the relationship as the Justice card in reverse, like it's imbalanced, or it's not going to come into union, or it's just something superficial. It can't be deeper than what it is. And the Three of Pentacles, Scorpio, but you do want to work things out. You do feel like you and this person are really compatible, so I can see why you're torn. I can see here why you're torn, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on here. What do we need to know about your person here? What do my Scorpios need to know about their person here? Okay, so we see some of you, this person has lost some money in a bad investment, or if they've been through a divorce, they might have, they might be really stressed about finances, or, splitting assets, or having to pay a lot for that. This person is not either financially stable, although I don't think that they're like, destitute or anything, but I do think they're worried about their finances. Yeah, for some of you, they have to co-parent with someone. They're a single parent. I do get like a little bit of, like this child energy is like very optimistic. It's very sweet. It's very loving. I kind of feel like this person isn't feeling super optimistic about love or about this connection, even though you make them very happy. There's something that feels very overwhelming for them. And we see mature man coming out in reverse. Now remember, my readings are not meant to be gender specific. Some of you, this person is, I just get like, I don't know if they're, I just think someone or something here is like lowering their vibration right now. And it's like they're not optimistic about love. They're feeling overwhelmed by this connection, maybe because even though I feel like they're very single, I don't know if they're scared about commitment because they lost a lot, or they still have to co-parent with an ex, or they're very focused on being a single parent. And you make them really happy. And it's like they're passionate about you, but it almost feels like the timing is off. Some of you, this person kind of looks a little worse for the wear. Like you might be able to see it in their face that they're stressed. I'm getting like they might have bags under their eyes. They might just look tired a lot. It's kind of what I'm getting. I kind of feel like your person is stressed about being in a committed relationship, although their feelings for you are very strong. And they know they've disappointed you in some ways. They may feel like you're hiding that disappointment to a degree, Scorpio. Yeah, we see sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking. This person's paying attention to details, but again, they might also focus out. They might practice a little bit of escapism, whether that's like drinking a lot, substances, not for all of you, of course, but sometimes this person just might tune out. And that might be just how they cope with feeling a bit overwhelmed. But they do recognize that this is a soulmate connection, that you have a soul contract, that you would make a good partner. But I'm just getting like there's too much going on in this person's world, or they're feeling overwhelmed. We see acts, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. So you might not be speaking to this person. You might have been waiting for them to like step up. They may have been asking you to wait for them or to hold space for them. But I feel like some of my Scorpios, you're getting frustrated. Yeah, because there's some sort of third party here. There's attraction, there's flirting, and there's dating. But I feel like you want more. And I don't think this person can give you more right now, is what I'm getting. I know that's a really tough love message, but it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like they're really overwhelmed by this ex who might be making their life miserable, or, being a single parent. And for some of you, this person may not have an ex there, or may not have a child, but, that third party interference could be, a really demanding boss or parent. It could be like a tough roommate situation for some of you. Some of you, it's distance. Like there's a lot of distance between the two of you. And I do think some of my Scorpios, that's a big decision you're trying to make here about whether or not I should end things or not. But it's interesting what's going on between the two of you is the relationship is evolving to the next phase and there's growth. But I think your person is kind of overwhelmed, kind of freaking out about that. And I think you know that. They've probably expressed that to you in some ways. And you still have sweet feelings for them, but you're lacking confidence about whether or not this is a connection that can come together in the way that you want it to, Scorpio. Okay, so we see the connection is deepening. This is what we're not seeing. And this person is feeling lost without you. So they may be missing you. I think this connection got deeper than maybe this person was anticipating. And I think they had a little moment of freaking out here. Because we see the relationship deepening, blossoming, and growing. And most likely this person got scared, is what I'm getting. And now you're trying to evaluate whether or not you should deal with this person anymore, or did you completely misread this situation? All right, let's see what they want to say to you, Scorpio. What does this person want to say to you? I do think that there's clarity coming in. I can't ignore the signs I'm receiving any longer. They're feeling lost without you. So I kind of feel like these messages here are like this person reaching out, and no other compares to you. They're realizing what they potentially lost or stand to lose. They're seeing you as the best of the best. All right, let's see what their very next actions are towards you. What are their very next actions towards my Scorpios? What are their next actions? Queen of Cups in reverse. All right, and we see the Sun card. I think you're about to get an emotional confession, Scorpio. I think you're about to get an emotional confession from someone who's feeling overwhelmed, but also regretting any sort of decision that they made to pull their energy back here from you. Get ready. There's an emotional confession coming in. I do think that they're realizing nobody compares to you. Advice and guidance, please, for my Scorpios with this situation. Obstruction. There's a roadblock to overcome. Understand why it's there. It could be for protection or simply requires an alternative solution. All right, so is this, are you being protected from being with the wrong person? Or do you need to just find creative solutions to see how this can work? We see presence. You play a vital role in a situation or relationship dynamic. Your involvement has a greater purpose than you may realize. So you're meant to stay present. Recognize that you play a vital role in this dynamic. And I think the decision ultimately, Scorpio, is going to be up to you. And we see healing the soul's DNA. Pain, which has embedded itself into the soul's DNA, doesn't have to define our future. By facing our deepest hurts, we heal. But I do kind of feel like your person may be reacting to past hurt and heartache. And I do think this has been painful for you. But I also see that there's potential for healing here, Scorpio. But be ready. The Sun card, you're about to get an emotional confession. Somebody here who's probably been hiding how they really truly feel about you, and some regret. All right, Scorpio, so you're going to have to let me know how this resonates. Sending you love and light. Take care.